You have joined another episode of No More Silent Tears. I am your host, Chantel Thomas, with Patricia, the beautiful
Yes.
Miss Patricia Hall. We're excited.
Yes.
We're excited. So how was your week? How did you?
Full. Full. Like, I had to move. I had to get everything situated, unpacking. When I tell you, I was in my house 11 hours straight. Straight. But you know, when God opened doors and just allow you to unpack a lot of stuff,
Yes.
mentally, physically, spiritually, and naturally,
Yeah.
it can be a lot at one time. But I feel good.
You do?
I feel good.
Okay.
I feel good. I feel like I'm back to who I once was.
That's good.
And you know how sometimes you can lose yourself and allow somebody else to create your identity and strip you of the things that you used to love and want to do or anything like that. And so I'm getting back, you know, I'm talking to my friends again and my spiritual friends. Is like just a lot of things that I didn't even realize I stopped doing. And so, but just loving life.
Yeah.
Just loving life to the fullest, and my grandbaby.
Yes.
Ooh, my
little
grandbaby
you,
baby.
the little mini you, mini you. Her grandbaby is so beautiful, you guys. So
I
beautiful.
love
And I
my
heard her.
grandbaby.
I hear her speak all the time. Every time I call you, she's on the phone. And I saw her. I came to your house when you
Yes.
moved.
Yes.
I came to visit her. She wasn't fully unpacked, but you know, and that's good. I mean, she making moves in stride. That's.
It was a lot.
I would have been like, child.
You know, it was a lot. Just, you know, I don't regret anything.
Yeah.
I believe we just learn things in life and lessons.
Yeah.
And to be 50 years old and starting over again.
Okay.
And sometimes we can look at that as a negative way or a positive way, and nobody could have told me I would have been here. But you know, nobody but God brought me through. And so when I was unpacking, so you never know how much stuff you have until it's time. It's easy to pack it up, but when it's time to unpack it and you get tired. So I have a whole bunch of stuff in the garage, and I was like, I'm gonna deal with you later.
I'll unpack you later, but I didn't know I accumulated this much.
But I got to unpack naturally in different areas that I did not know I was suffering from as well. You know, we talk about mental health, and we talk about good relationships that are healthy, and the friendships that I have. I have healthy friendships who helped me over the years, mentally, physically, spiritually, because what I did do, and I know you know and some others know, I end up developing a body complex. You know, because certain things can happen. You know, I remember one time somebody took a picture of me, and they took a picture of me to show me how fat I was.
Wow.
And so I took that and I kept running with it and running with it and running with it. And I remember one time somebody told me, well, if somebody don't love you for where you at, you don't need them, but you cover, right? And before I knew it, I was always trying to lose weight, one way or the other. Even if it harmed me, I was just trying to lose weight, trying to lose weight, trying to lose weight, because that hurt me to my core. And so I developed a body complex. I remember I was in the car and somebody had told me, you know, I used to ask you, did you have your seatbelt on, because you were so big, I couldn't even tell. And that did a lot to me. And so when people say, oh, you small enough, oh, you good enough, but in my head, I had those things deeply rooted, and I still know the picture that I had on. And I was curling my hair, getting ready to go somewhere, and I had on white jeans, white top, and I thought I was beautiful.
Wow.
and then to do that, and I kind of still suffer from it.
Yeah.
But I have to be very, very mindful of it and stuff like that, because you have to be careful how you treat people.
Yeah, it's true.
And
It's true.
but it took me a while to come, because I couldn't stop. I was so dead on focus on, I got to do this and I got to do that. It's so funny, with the guest that was on prior, she said, "You're so beautiful." What did I say? But I didn't even realize it was still affecting me. First, I wasn't going to talk about it, but I'm tired and sick and tired of hiding and
Yes.
covering up.
Yeah.
Why am I covering up? Why am I hiding? And so when she told me how beautiful I was, I came back with a but, because I'm so programmed.
Yes. Okay.
There's a but. And she said, "We're going to start this over again. You look gorgeous." And she said, "And that's it."
Yeah.
And you know, I always have a but. And when you allow somebody to come in
Yeah.
and reprogram how you feel about yourself, that's a control manipulating technique that they use to control everything. And so I didn't it broke me with the guest, because when that happened just now, it just hit me, and I was like, I thought I was getting through. I thought I was better. And and you know, I used to go on crazy diets, and but it wasn't healthy diets.
Yeah.
And so it's not good to body shame people, because you never know what extreme that person may go
Absolutely.
because of what happened. And so so I'm still suffering from some things, and people always say, "No, that person's strong. That person got it together." And it's so many people that I thought did not know. I found out recently they knew.
Yeah.
And they was like, "We just didn't say anything because it wasn't our place to say
Yeah.
anything." And as I go and been going on my journey, they were like, "We already knew what was happening to you. But who are we to say anything, right?" So love yourself enough
Absolutely.
to do what's best for you, and make sure you get some help, naturally, spiritually, but you need to get some help, because you have to be deprogrammed.
Yeah.
And that is just the bottom line.
Yeah.
But that just hit me.
I'm sorry.
That wasn't even because we had the guest
Yes.
on another show, and I was like, and it just hit me.
You know what? I think we isolate ourselves a lot when we go through different things, whether that's grief or, and that it's a part of grief where you're coming from as well. It's abuse that you had went through. It's grief, and a lot of times we isolate ourselves. We
And it
hide
hasn't been
ourselves.
easy.
No,
it's
not
It
easy.
hasn't been
It
easy
is
for
not
me,
easy. Yeah.
and it's been hard.
Yes.
And
Because people expect
Yeah.
you to smile, and sometimes.
and I had to.
Yeah.
I had to, because I was going to cover that. I was going to cover it up. I wasn't going to let nobody know. I was ashamed.
Yeah.
But yet you always protect other people.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like, you know, and it's so stupid, because I feel so stupid. Here I am, 50 years old.
Yeah.
50. And so,
And just think out, just when you're at home and you're viewing the show, how many of us have been through a traumatic situation or been traumatized by something that we felt that was love, that we felt that we were protected and guarded, and that we felt that we were taken as serious, and the best interest at heart, and all of these great things, and then learn that it wasn't that at all. It was not that at all, like not even remotely close. You know, and you have to get your life back together. And I commend my sis here because, you know, I know the back end stories as well, but I also know that the front end stories is that what you see is what God is doing.
Absolutely.
And how he is molding her and how he is teaching her that she was already loved. She just, you know what I'm saying, that you entrusted the wrong peoples around you.
And we do that. The wrong people in any type of relationships,
Absolutely.
whether it's a marriage, a friendship,
Family. Yes.
When you entrust the wrong people that you think going to protect you.
Yes.
But the one you love the most can be the one that's most deadliest to you.
Yeah.
And but when you find out that it was never what you thought it was, from the beginning you were set up.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And that was hard.
Yeah.
But you know, to God be the glory. I promise you, this was not our topic.
We're not on the topic that we.
This was not our.
This is not a topic. But God, the way God shifts stuff, we got to be ready and prepared, and we are always together, ready to change the narrative if we need to change it to meet that need at that moment. So this wasn't our topic. We already had our topic together, and then it just shifted the way. And so we got to shift with God.
Yeah.
This is a testament. If you're watching this and you're like, what are they? It's a testament of how God shifts stuff. And when he shifts, you got to be prepared to shift with him. You can't override him because it'll mess up everything.
Absolutely.
I'm not supposed to override what God just did. This is a healing moment. This is a healing time.
Somebody needs to hear it.
Yeah, and somebody needs to hear it.
Somebody needs to hear
Absolutely.
it. People tell me all the time, you know, I knew it, but because of the caliber of woman you were, we just thought maybe we didn't see what we thought. They was like, man, we seen so many things and we was hurting for you, we was praying for you, we knew it. And I just didn't, I had no idea that many people knew. Mm-hmm. I had no idea that people, and when that lady, I don't even remember her name, when she was here, she didn't even know. Mm-hmm. And she's not even in the studio anymore. So she has no idea how she poured into me just a few minutes ago.
Yes.
And because I don't like being vulnerable.
Yeah.
I don't like, so I don't, this is just coming, but I don't believe in being, you know, fake either. But I want everybody to be happy, and I'm not trying to put anybody down, but this is about me, my healing.
Absolutely.
And stuff. But one of the biggest things is, I remember when I went downhill, it was the body shaming. And I think that was the root, and everything else was easy because you get into pleasing. Absolutely. And then you realize you're no form of yourself anymore.
So since we had to shift with God, we're going to talk about the body shaming and different things that people will do, and you don't realize how that impact changed your entire life. It's sort of like the trajectory of where you're going. And you don't realize that until when someone says something, it's like a trigger, and you're like, wait a minute. You know, because you think you're healed. You think you're on that path. Yes. And I'm not saying that you're not, because God said by his stripes we were healed. That means that you were healed.
Absolutely.
He already said it. It already been spoken over your life, but you got to go through the process. And I think that you're going through your process. She's going through her process, and the healing is in everything that she's giving back to God. We talk about different things that we're doing within the community. That's giving back to God. That's a part of your healing. Because if you isolate yourself and say, okay, I'm supposed to do this and I'm not going to show my face, and you know, with the body shaming or this shaming or not appreciating me, and you hide yourself because you don't want nobody to see you in pain, you're holding yourself up from healing.
You know, God is so awesome. When God wants you to truly heal, right?
Yes.
Sometimes you think you are healed
Yeah.
until something happens, and something happened.
Yeah.
And I realized I thought I was good with that body shaming, but I wasn't. And just throughout the years, I just remember, you know, how you reflect how people used to tell me all the time, "Oh, you're so beautiful," and my comeback was, "Oh, one day I want to grow up and be like you,"
Wow.
or I want to be beautiful too. "Oh, you're beautiful." You know, I could not accept a compliment.
Yeah.
Because I didn't see myself like that. I saw myself as that person who took that picture and said, "This is why I did this." And I didn't see beauty anymore.
Yeah.
And the other thing with the seatbelt, I was so fat that you could not tell I was wearing a seatbelt, but the seatbelt straps come up from the top. So I realize you're just being cruel. So when you body shame, if you go through body shaming, I'm gonna tell you to seek professional help, because it can be so deeply rooted that you need to change some things, because you can get into some bad diets.
Yes.
And I never forget, I was dieting so much. I had lost so much weight. I got down to a size 6. And people were calling it out, but I was still, you know, trying to cover for some people, right? So I was like, no, no, no. And I never forget, this one lady told me, she said it, but I wouldn't confirm what she said, because we love, you protect. And I was a size 6 and still wasn't small enough, because I still saw that picture. And I remember exactly what I was doing. I remember exactly where, everything, the whole, like it just happened. And so that lets me know I need to be very careful, exercising. And what were we talking about? You was telling me how beautiful I was, and I was like, but I need to, but I need to. And, you know, I just want people to know, whatever you're going through, whether it's body shaming, love yourself. But you definitely gonna have to get some help. And I pray to God that this is helping someone, because this is my healing. This is the first time that I've really started speaking about a lot of things. But I just want people to be careful who they allow around them. Be careful that that person really has good intentions for you. And it was so funny how everybody else will come and love on you and say you beautiful, but only time you can hear it from certain people is when they're being negative. And so you have to be very self-conscious of when you have those people around you, because why are they trying to belittle you? Why are they trying to tear you down? Because that's the way they're trying to control you.
And also, that's how they feel about themselves. Let's just put it point blank, period.
True.
Because if I loved you and I love myself, no, if I saw myself and I love myself and I'm in the mirror every day, like I love who I see. I don't care, blemishes and all, you know, whatever and all. I could change something. I can go to the gym, but I love who I see before me. I can love you. I could tell you how beautiful you are, and it doesn't take away from me. And I believe what our guest was talking about, encouraging someone else and saying they're beautiful, but not feeling like you have to take away something about yourself, because I'm telling you, you're beautiful. And I actually mean this. I would go literally to a store and be like, and I see someone, or I would see someone, or will see somebody, and I'm like, you're so beautiful. It doesn't matter where you come from. I'm like, you are beautiful. And I mean it. Just because I can look in the mirror, and I ain't used to be like this all the time. I mean, I had issues back in the day, but I've learned how to love myself. You know what I'm saying? Blemishes and all.
They mine.
They're mine. Now, this is funny. I'm gonna say this. So for my last class, I had every time we turned an assignment, we had to do a video for our class. And so I was like, I signed up for this class because I thought it was gonna be easy. I just wanted an easy class for December. I just did not want to do anything for Christmas. You know what I'm saying? And this class ended up being the most hardest class because we had to show our face to our classmates on video.
Wow.
Every assignment, 4 to 7 minutes long. And so one day I said, man, forget about it. Let me dress from the top up. The rest of it's gonna be my pajamas. But the rest, she said, wear the suit, the stuff right up in here, and then right up in here is the pajamas. And I came across the living room. My daughter just fell out laughing, like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "I'm going to the class, okay?" That's all you need to know. I'm going to class. But I'm saying that because in my eyes, I'm all right. With my polka dot and pajama pants on, and then my top, I feel totally comfortable right now. Like I can look in the mirror and I'm like, "Girl, you doing that right now." Because I'm rocking it. I felt good. But I was comfortable. I was comfortable. Now I know I had to make up and be in front and show face and be in front of people, but I was comfortable. So when I got finished for what I was doing, I was like, yeah, just let me go get in my bed.
My favorite place. Like.
My favorite place, But I'm saying we're making it funny, but you do
absolutely
have. There's a lot of people who are suffering behind the hands of someone who told them they're not.
And there is.
And they're trying to make up and be who they're not. And then the person who's telling them don't even got all their stuff together.
Absolutely not.
That's what God is showing us. They don't even got their stuff together, and they telling you who you ain't or they body shaming you or doing this. And we believe them because we trust in them. But one thing that we forget is that we got to trust in God, who he created.
Yes.
Because everything he created, I accept it. And if nobody liked me for who I am good about canceling you. You are canceled.
I had to learn to do that.
You have to cancel people.
I had to learn to do that. And I kept toxic in my life way too long. Because you know the things that I'm going through, and they were like, you stayed too long.
Yeah.
Because now it's so rooted that it takes so much to get it out. But the love of my friends and some people that fell away from my life because they couldn't see me go through this transition.
Absolutely.
Because when people don't know you, they don't know when you bothered. But the people that know you know that you bothered. I remember we were doing a radio and I was like, I can't do it because I got to do this and I got to do that. And I loved what I was doing, but when you begin to shift and what I thought I was doing the right thing, I did not know I was being groomed to, and I was pushing. When I looked up, I was like, where everybody at?
I'm gonna speak to that because I want everybody to know sometimes you do stuff because you feel like you're obligated because of whatever reasons you're obligated.
Yes, you
and
do.
We did radio together. We're gonna do radio together, hint, hint. And we're gonna do a lot of other things that we are not sharing with y'all. But at this particular moment, she thought she was doing it because she wanted to be the best person to this person.
Absolutely.
Okay, and I'm not the person that would say don't. I encourage you to do.
Yes, you did.
I encourage you to do, and it hurt me because I'm like, this is, I want to see her do this with me, but I understood too, like that's wisdom. You do not get in the middle of that.
Absolutely.
And they have to figure it out. But I want to say that she's loyal to the soil. Like, she's very loyal. But You can't
Yeah.
be so loyal that you
Yes, I'm glad you're
that
saying
you
that.
take away from yourself who
Yeah.
you are.
You can deplete yourself so
Yeah.
much that I had nothing to give myself back.
Yeah.
I didn't have it. And the biggest thing was when you're so used to doing so much and so many people know you for your strength, and then it was like, man, I can't believe that was you.
Wow.
You know, I could see it, but I didn't know it was to that extent. And then people started realizing, but those the people who don't know you, but the ones that did, they said, we can tell you were broke.
You broken.
They said,
Yeah.
we watched you, and we watched you be broken. And so, but to the grace of God, you know,
Yes.
everything got to be
Absolutely.
rebuilt. But hey, baby, I'm used to coming from the ashes and letting God build me back up. It's not gonna stop nothing. Still have the
Yes.
anointing, and I know I'm going to be greater than my latter. So you know,
Yes,
but it's
absolutely.
pressing through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about and what I'm going through. It was an enlightening moment, and it just happened. But I think about so much God did bring me through because I didn't think I was gonna make it through.
And I'm gonna tell you, just by seeing it alone, and seeing how God is really manifesting Himself in your life, this is not just me being nice. This is me seeing stuff. You know what I'm saying? Seeing what I
Absolutely.
see. The move is the transition may be tedious on one end, but the transition was smooth. Like, did you for real? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I'm like, did you for real? So we want to encourage you.
Yes.
We want to let you know that, yes, you could be in a position where you're not loving who God created, and you miss purpose all the time. You put purpose underneath the table, underneath the rug, and that's not what God called us to do. He
No.
didn't call us to put purpose underneath the rug because of somebody else who don't appreciate what we have. Appreciate you, love you,
Thank
love you. And you know I got you.
I know that.
That's why we're doing this. That's why we're doing that. That's why we're moving and grooving together, because I trust what God have allowed for us to be able to accomplish in this hour that we have.
And God has allowed us to do so many different
We
things.
got a few more seconds, but He has.
Yeah, He has. God has. And I just want to encourage you to be the best person that you can be for yourself and nobody else.
Thank you for joining us. I love it.
I love you too, baby.